Hey, what's up everyone? It's Matt Karma, founder of TBTC, and in this video, I'm going to show you 5 simple tips that you can start to implement today to allow you to have proper running form. So maybe right now you're in the process of just starting to run and you're like, you have no idea where your arms are supposed to be, where your hands are supposed to be, and you want to just know exactly how to run properly, or you have been running for a period of time and you just want to fine tune how you run. Okay, so here are 5 simple tips. The first thing that I want you to think about is your shoulder blades. Okay, what you want to have is a slight retraction with your shoulder blades, and basically all that means is you want your shoulder blades to be slightly back. The challenge with a lot of people is that their shoulders are forward. And what this doesn't allow you to do, which gets back into not just having proper running form, but running for a longer period of time, more efficiently, is breathing. Okay, your ability to run for a longer period of time is a lot of it is going to come down to how much oxygen you're allowing into your lungs. So you right now, if you're watching this video and your shoulder blades are really far forward, go ahead and do this, right? Bring your shoulders really, really far forward like this and try and take a big deep breath in. Compared to shoulder blades right back, over exaggerated, you're allowing more oxygen to get into your lungs, okay? So when you're running, I want you to think about slight retraction of your shoulder blades, okay? You don't have to over exaggerate it like you're a chicken or anything like that, right? Just slightly, just a slight retraction, okay? That's the first thing. The second tip is gonna come down to your head position, okay? The challenge with a lot of people, especially if they're working a desk job, is that their chin is either too far forward, okay? And you don't really see it all the way back usually. It's usually just the head is too far forward. So what I want you to do is, when you are running, imagine that you have like a string attached to your head, okay? String attached to your head, and it's literally someone there pulling you up, okay? So you're keeping a nice straight kind of posture, shoulder blades slightly back, and you're not like this, you're not looking down, you're not looking up, it's just slightly, just looking forward. Yeah, and again, coming down to the airways, allowing oxygen to get into the airways, is if your chin is like this, you're not allowing as much oxygen to get into your lungs. Again, if you've ever done a first aid course, what do they tell you to do with their chin? To pull it slightly up, right? Allowing that oxygen to get into those lungs. Okay, so when you're running, don't look at like this. Okay, just slightly up. And then you're able to breathe more efficiently, you're able to have proper running form, and you're able to run for a longer period of time. The third thing that I want to talk about is your arms, the positioning of your arms. The challenge with a lot of people that I see, either they're running like this, okay, they're running too far out, or their arms are just going all over the place, or their hands, when they run, it looks all weird like a spider or something like that. Wrong metaphor, but you get the idea. So where I want you to have your arm positions is just slightly touching your rib cage, okay? You don't want it compressed in, otherwise when you're running, you're gonna get some massive chafe or along your armpits and so on. We don't want that. I've had that, it's terrible. So what you wanna do, just slightly on your rib cage. And when you're running, imagine that you have these 2 doors tucked into your shoulders, right? And you're really trying to keep it in there, because if you touch the doors, then everyone in the universe dies, okay? So you don't want to touch those doorways. So there's a big wall, you're going forward, and you're keeping it nice and tight. If it goes out like that, then everyone in the universe dies. We don't want that to happen, so just keeping it slightly in, okay? I literally just came up with that metaphor while I was on the spot. So if you're running, it's gonna look like this, okay? Shoulder blades slightly back, chin slightly up, and then you're running with the elbows slightly tucked in, okay? Just like this, cool? And also with the arm positioning as well, you'll notice that my arms are at a 90-degree angle. They're not like this, okay? They're just nice and 90 degrees, elbows going slightly back, and so on, cool? So that's the third tip. The fourth tip that I want you to think about is activating your core. And the reason why this is so important, and I'll leave a link above if you don't know how to activate your core, because that can take 4 or 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep this short. So activating your core is really important, because when you're running, let's say that this is your body here. Okay, I'm literally just making this up on the spot. If this is your body here and down below is your hips, when you're running, as you take one step forward, use your 2 legs here, as you take one step forward, if your core is switched off, you'll notice a lot of hip swinging, okay? Going side by side by side by side. And if there's a lot of pressure, which is gonna come down to number 5, if your foot positioning isn't correct, it's going to put a lot of pressure on your back while you're doing hip rotation. Okay, as you have a strong core, you'll notice that there isn't going to be as much hip rotation. There is going to be hip rotation, but not an excessive amount, which won't cause you to have any back problems along the journey if you're running for a longer period of time and running for a long period of your life. Okay, so activating your core will definitely help you with your hip positioning, which will also help you to run for a longer period of time as well, because you're more efficient with your running. You're saving more energy, which allows you to run longer. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link below that teaches you how to activate your core. The fifth tip that I want you to think about, how you're positioning your feet when you are running. Okay, this is a massive problem with a lot of people, especially if they have any postural issues. Either they've got internal rotation where their feet go in like this, okay, their feet, or it's like external rotation where their feet are going outwards like this. But what I want to talk about is when you run, thinking about where you want to land on your feet. So I'm actually going to head outside in a second and demonstrate this. But basically what I want you to think about is if this is your foot right here, this is my shoe. I'm going to put this on in a second. What you want to be landing on, a lot of people think that because they walk like this, boom, boom, and then boom. Okay, they're landing on their heel first. You don't want to be doing that while you're running. When you're running, I want you to land in this position here. Pretty much the mid-foot, okay? And I'm gonna give you a bonus tip as well with this, because I just thought about this. So it's not actually 5 tips, it's 6. So when you're running, I want you to make sure that you're landing in this position here, okay? This position here, and which brings into the 6th bonus tip, is when I say keeping your shoulder blades back, I also want you to have a forward lean with your body. Just slightly though. Not like this, where you're bending over, just slightly. The reason why is because if you're too upright, especially when you're landing on your heels, there's so much pressure going down on your hip because the gravity is going straight down on you, going straight into your hips, which can cause hip problems along the way. When you have a slight forward lean in your body, number one, you're more efficient when you're running because you're allowing gravity to help you when you run, okay? But also it's going to allow you to land in this position here. Okay, so you may need a visual demonstration, so I'm going to put these joggers on, I'm going to head on outside and give you a visual demonstration with all of these tips in order, especially number 5 and 6. So you're going to see me just demonstrate pretty much all the 6 tips in order, and I really want you to make sure that you're focusing, especially where I'm landing on my feet, thinking about my hip positioning, thinking about where my arms are, the shoulder blades back, but my body's slightly forward. All those things come into place when you do have proper form, and I'll show you from a side angle, and I'll also show you from a front angle as well. I really hope those tips have helped you, and just another few things just while I'm on the spot is also keeping in mind that with your hands, come here, ladies, inside, stay in there. Just another few things that with your hands, you can either keep them straight, if you don't want to look like the Terminator or anything like that, then you can just tuck them in, or you can just have them side by side, keeping your thumbs facing up. And also, if you do want to learn how to breathe properly while you run, you can check out my other video. I'll leave a card up the top that you can click on, or I'll leave it in the description so you can check out how do you breathe properly while you are running. So make sure you go ahead and incorporate this into your next run that you do, and let me know how you go. Make sure you leave a comment below, tell me how you thought about this video, or come back to it when you start to implement this in your next jog, and tell me how it went. I really hope this video has helped you. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and until I see you in the next video, remember to love all living things, and most importantly, love thyself.